Page 8. Managing for Results, Peter F. Drucker, 2006. 0.2 Introduction, The Task. This is a what-to-do book. It deals with the economic tasks that any business has to discharge for economic performance and economic results. It attempts to organize these tasks so that executives can perform them systematically, purposefully, with understanding, and with a reasonable probability of accomplishment. It tries to develop a point of view, concepts and approaches for finding what should be done and how to go about doing it. This book draws on practical experience as a consultant to businesses of all kinds and sizes for a good many years. Everything in it has been tested and is being used today effectively in real businesses. There are illustrations of, and references to, concrete situations on almost every page, drawn mostly from the United States, simply because most of my experience has been here, but also from Europe, Japan, and Latin America. Wherever a company is mentioned by name, the illustration is taken from published material, primarily company statements. Where no company name appears, the example comes out of my own practice or observation and has been carefully disguised as to kind of business, size, location, products, and so on. Though practical rather than theoretical, the book has a thesis. Economic performance, it asserts, is the specific function and contribution of business enterprise, and the reason for its existence. It is work to obtain economic performance and results. And work, to yield results, has to be thought through and done with direction, method, and purpose. There is, however, so far, no discipline of economic performance, no organization of our knowledge, no systematic analysis, no purposeful approach. Even the sorting out and classification of the tasks have yet to be done. The foundation for systematic, purposeful performance of the specific task and function of business enterprise is thus still missing. There are a good many successful businesses and effective executives, as there are many with at best mediocre results. One searches in vain, however, for an analysis that identifies what the successful are doing to give them results. Nowhere is there a description even of the economic tasks that confront a business, let alone how one goes about tackling them. To every executive's desk come dozens of problems every morning, all clamoring for his attention. But there is little to tell him which are important and which merely noisy. This book lays little claim to originality or profundity. But it is, to my knowledge, the first attempt at an organized presentation of the economic tasks of the business executive and the first halting step toward a discipline of economic performance in business enterprise. The book is divided into 3 parts. The first and longest stresses analysis and understanding. Chapter 1 deals with the business reality as the situation most likely to be found in any business at any given time. The next 3 chapters, chapters 2, 3, 4, develop the analysis of the result areas of the entire business and relate them to resources and efforts on the one hand and to opportunities and expectation on the other. Chapter 5 projects a similar analysis on the cost stream and cost structure both of the individual business and of the economic process of which it is part. Chapters 6 and 7 deal with the understanding of a business from the outside where both the results and the resources are. These chapters ask, what do we get paid for? And what do we earn our keep with? In Chapter 8 all analyses are pulled together into an understanding of the existing business, its fundamental economic characteristics, its performance capacity, its opportunities, and its needs. Part 2 focuses on opportunities and leads to decisions. It discusses the opportunities and needs in each of the major economic dimensions of a business, making the present business effective. Chapter 9, Finding and Realizing Business Potential. Chapter 10, Making the Future of the Business Today. Chapter 11. The last and shortest part presents the conversion of insights and decisions into purposeful performance. This requires that key decisions be made regarding the idea and objectives of the business, the excellences it needs, and the priorities on which it will concentrate. Chapter 12. It requires a number of strategic choices: what opportunities to pursue and what risks to assume, how to specialize and how to diversify, whether to build or to acquire, and what organization is most appropriate to the economics of the business and to its opportunities. Chapter 13. Chapter 14 finally embeds the entrepreneurial decisions for performance in the managerial structure of the organization and work, in business practices, and in the spirit of the organization and its decisions on people. The conclusion projects the book and its thesis on the individual executive and his commitment to, and especially on the commitment of top management. Any first attempt at converting folklore into knowledge, and a guessing game into a discipline, is liable to be misread as a downgrading of individual ability and its replacement by a rule book. Any such attempt would be nonsense, of course. No book will ever make a wise man out of a donkey or a genius out of an incompetent. The foundation in a discipline, however, gives to today's competent physician a capacity to perform well beyond that of the ablest doctor of a century ago, and enables the outstanding physician of today to do what the medical genius of yesterday could hardly have dreamed of. No discipline can lengthen a man's arm, but it can lengthen his reach by hoisting him on the shoulders of his predecessors. Knowledge organized in a discipline does a good deal for the merely competent. It endows him with some effectiveness. It does infinitely more for the truly able. It endows him with excellence. Executives have the economic job anyhow. Most work at it hard, too hard in many cases. This book poses no additional work. On the contrary, it aims to help them do their job with less effort and in less time, and yet with greater impact. It does not tell them how to do things right. It attempts to help them find the right things to do. Page 11.